What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. So I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the differences between acid versus shrooms, right? I feel like I made this video before, but I'm not really sure. But what? I don't give a fuck. I want to talk about it, so I'll make it again. So like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. See you into it. So I was basically watching a video by Goblin. Shout out to Goblin. He made a video called LSD versus shrooms, right? And like listening to him telling his story, like how like shrooms is like he was like basically explaining how like shrooms is a more of a head high and acid is like a body high. I find it kind of different, right? I feel like it's not really like you don't even get a different type of high, right? Like I don't feel like it's a certain type of high. Like it's not like a body high. Like when it comes to acid, you don't really feel it, right? Like I don't feel acid. It's more like the way I would explain acid is like in Naruto, right? In Naruto goes sage mode, right? Like he basically just sits down and he waits and he communicates with nature by meditation, right? And basically he turns into a sage, right? And basically I feel like that's what it is to be on acid, right? It's like it's just communicating with the world, kind of. I don't know. To me, being on acid was more like, I would say it's more like space, right? It's like being in space. Like for me, it took me like, it like gave me so much energy, right? Like for me, I love acid just because of the energy that it gives me. And you know, it basically just takes me like out of this world, you know? Like the last trip I had, it's like I was on a rocket ship, right? Like I get this feeling a lot when I'm high, like when I smoke weed, right? But like weed is like being on a 2D. It's like the difference between like acid and weed. It's kind of similar, but it's like being on weed. It's like I would get strapped to a rocket ship in 2D, right? It would make things like 2D. But then you know, I would go to the moon, I would go to space and shit. And I'll just be like, wow, look at space. Wow, I'm just flying through space, right? But on acid, it feels like 3D, right? It feels like I'm here, like everything is like, this is physical. But it feels like I'm in space, physically, right? Like everything's 3D in acid. It's crazy. I don't know, bro. It's like a weird feeling. And to me, it's like I feel the energy of the world, right? And it's like I feel it's like so much. I just become overcome with acid, right? It's like I open my mind, and it's like a door opens, right? It's like a door opens, and it's like a flood of energy just rushes into my mind, into my hip, into my brains, into my body, right? Like basically the way that I always describe it, my last trip especially, basically like I was in the Amazon, right? It basically feels like if I was in the Amazon and I was going through this ritual of like getting bitten by 1,000 ants, right? Like 100 bullet ants, and they're all just biting me, right? All at the same time. Like they're just biting me, and it's like I got that much of a rush, right? And I understood. It's like for some reason I had like this visual of like, oh wow, I'm getting bit by so many ants in the Amazon, and it's like they give me that much energy, and I understand why they do it, why it's like a rite of passage, right? Like I understand. That's how I would describe it as LSD. With shrooms, I don't really care for shrooms, right? Like all the different times I've taken it, they've been very overwhelming and at the same time underwhelming, right? Because it's like when you take acid first, like I feel like if like shrooms is weird, right? It made me see the world as like, damn, you know what, we really live in fucking Harry Potter land, right? Like this shit is fucking real. Like it's crazy because it makes you see all the stuff that's not really there. Bro, like I feel like people just say that because you're not allowed to say what it really says. Like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like mushrooms really has had a long-term effect on me, right? Like I feel like mushrooms has had a long-term effect on the way I communicate with people. Like the thing is like now, acid too, because what it is like with acid, it's like I'm open to my subconscious now, right? And it's like all this stuff, like I would always give negative vibes all my life, right? Like all my life I would attract people that had negative vibes, that had bad vibes and all that shit. I didn't realize that I was doing that. I would always attract like outcast people, like people like everyone that's like an XXXTentacion fan, right? Basically. And like those are the type of people that I would like be around with and shit, right? I would just have weird vibes. And it opened up my subconscious to make me kind of see. It's like now I can see the thoughts that I project onto people And I'm just like, damn, no wonder I didn't really, you know, like have that many friends, or like I wasn't able to like be that social and stuff, you know, like because I had all these bad vibes. And now it's like I appreciate that I did it. It's kind of a gift and a curse, right? Because it like kind of drives me crazy sometimes. To see all the judgments that I have of people, and to like to just constantly be judging people, right? But it gives me this opportunity to fix it, right? Because now I can fix, like, okay, if I look in someone's eyes, I'll be like, oh, you stupid fat idiot, you're such an idiot, you're so stupid, right? And I'll be like, oh, you're old, you're ugly, right? And I'll just be so mean. And I always wonder, like, why does this happen, right? Like, why am I saying these things? I don't mean these things, but they're just coming out. And I realize, you know, like, yeah, I'm saying these things in my head, but I have this opportunity, since I'm actually hearing it, I can change it. You feel me? So it's like, now I don't have to think like, oh, you're stupid. I can just say, oh, you're beautiful, right? It gets kind of draining. It gets kind of hectic, but I mean, I'm trying to change the habits of my thoughts. You feel me? Like, change the things that I think, because I would always think such negative thoughts all my life, right? I'm so tired now. Why am I so tired? But with shrooms, I remember when after I did shrooms, I would smoke weed, and smoking weed wasn't that great. Like, it was different, right? Like, after I did shrooms, my weed highs became changed, in the sense that's like now my weed highs weren't even weed highs no more. Like I wouldn't feel high. I would just feel like, I would just see things weird, right? And I'm just like, why am I seeing things like this? Like, why is it like this? You feel me? Like, it's I don't know, bro. This is like weird. That's why I don't really talk about shrooms that much. Like, I'll talk about acid every day, all day. Like, I love talking about my acid trips. I don't hate talking about my shroom trips. It's just like not really. It's so crazy because it was so overwhelmingly crazy, and it's just like, what the fuck? But it wasn't really like, it wasn't fun. It was kind of fun. I don't know, bro. It was kind of, shrooms are just weird, because they're just like, because the thing is with shrooms is like, it's such a weird transition, right? Like, when you're on weed, when you're smoking weed, you can feel like, okay, I'm high, and then you feel like when the high comes, and then you feel when the high goes away, right? And when you're on acid, you can kind of ease into it, and then it hits you like a truck, right? But then when it's going away, you can kind of tell it's going away. But with shrooms, every time I would take shrooms, it's like I was it just feels like I was always tripping. You feel me? It's like this weird feeling. It's like this weird thing where it's like, when you're on shrooms, you can't really tell you're on a drug, you know? It just makes it kind of made your, like, the ones I took were like golden teachers, right? I believe. I don't really remember. But it's so weird, because it makes you feel like, because I feel like your sense of time kind of does go away, because like once you're in the trip, you just feel like that's how life is, right? Like, you're in the trip and you're tripping out, and you just, I don't know, bro, because the thing is, you're just so preoccupied with your thoughts, and you're preoccupied in your head and shit, and you're just like, okay, I feel like that's where people get bad trips from, right? Because it just feels like this is forever, and it just feels like you don't even notice that you're in it, right? Like, like I was saying with LSD, at least you can tell, like, damn, I wasn't like this 30 minutes ago. Now I'm just fucking raging, right? But then when you're on shrooms, you're just like, what the fuck? What's going on? You know? And you kind of forget that you took the shrooms. I don't know. It's kind of weird, because the thing is, every time I took shrooms, I was always on something else, right? When was the last time? I took it 3 times. I forgot when the last time I took it was. There was that one. I don't remember. I can't think too much. There's too many homeless people. But yeah. When was the last time I took shrooms? I don't remember. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, when the fuck did I do that shit? But yeah. So, I mean, that's my little comparison. I didn't realize it was 10 minutes. See, like, right now, it's 10 minutes. I didn't even know I started this 10 minutes ago. I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like I started like 2 minutes ago. But like the video, comment below what you think. Subscribe if you're new. If you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius, at 6 interviews. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I'll talk about something else. Also, if you have a question, just DM me and send me the question in the DMs. And subscribe to the Patreon, and I'll make a video talking about your question. That being said, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.